What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages right in on the frequency of love for the highest good. Not me like picking my nose there right at the beginning. Second time I've done that now. Welcome in. If this is your first time, I pick my nose sometimes. If you've been here before, you already know that. Okay, so let's do... Did I already say these messages right in on the frequency of love for the highest good? Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law? No, I'm kidding. But you take what resonates. How about that? How about that? Take what resonates, leave the rest. You develop deep, lasting, and meaningful relationships with ease. Wow. That's the exact type of collective I hope to attract, by the way. You develop deep, lasting, and meaningful friendships with ease. Yeah. You're an easeful person. You're easy to be around. You're warm. You're safe. You're grounded. You're logical. You're discerning. You're reasonable. You're actionable. You're, did I say inspiring? Did I say inspiring? Did I say inspiring? You're so inspiring. 111 on the timer. Confirmation. It is safe for me to love and be loved. I think that's something you're really learning. Wow. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing to be learning, because I think that the safety element is giving me this energy of someone that had to deal with trust issues in the past. So you may have, your trust may have been fucked. You know what I mean? Like, you may have been totally fucked with your trust, you know? And now you're learning that it's safe for you to love and to be loved, because you've learned how to love yourself entirely and almost like integrate some kind of shadow aspect of self in order to become more like harmoniously who you were supposed to be, right? And like develop those deep, long-lasting relationships with and meaningful friendships with ease. That's you. That's what you do. That's what you do. You do that. You do that. The destroyer. I think that's because you're like so willing to show up as who you are, and you're willing to just like destroy expectations. I'm seeing this energy here too of like this wolf back here. You're like a wolf in sheep's clothing. 222 on the timer. And then this star here, like a North Star. I feel like no one suspects you, or no one suspected you, or something is the energy. And now, and like now they're learning too that it's safe, or something, that you're safe. I don't know. It's weird. Like, because you develop deep, lasting, meaningful friendships with ease. That's giving me this energy of like, there's a lot of evidence that it's safe to love you. And then the destroyer card comes into, which is interesting, like, because it's kind of like, okay, well, it's safe to love you, and then there's a weird energy of like destruction that comes through too. So like, almost like an energy of like, I don't want to say it on YouTube because I'll get like monetized or whatever, or demonetized. What's the word? Kill or be killed? I'll just say it. It's literally that. Eat or be eaten. Dang, that's what I should have said. I hope this doesn't get demonetized. The cave. Wow, there it is too. That darkness, the eyes coming out of the cave. How interesting. You're not 333 on the timer. Confirmation that you're not afraid to look at your darkness. You're not afraid to like walk through the darkness. You're not afraid to walk others through their own darkness, because you've seen that it's fake. It's not real. It's light. It's all light. It's all air. It's all what's it? Wolf in sheep's clothing? Did I call you that? No, I didn't mean that. I mean, like, that's what the Wizard of Oz energy is, right? Is that what I meant? Actually, no. You could have been a wolf in sheep's clothing, because the energy that I'm getting right now here too is that like, but you're an intentional wolf, like almost like Robin Hood. Like, steal from the rich and give to the poor type energy. You know what I mean? And Robin Hood didn't lose any sleep at night about that. No ma'am, no sir, no Bob. Yeah, and so the evidence here is like all over the place that you have this ability to create long-lasting, deep, and meaningful friendships with ease. It's possible that wherever you are, like logistically, or 444 on the timer, confirmation, is like not allowing you to like feel into these gifts entirely. I just pulled the shaman card. That's crazy. Okay, so that's crazy. You really are intentional about that destruction then. because you're destroying your own, I almost said life, but you're understanding the energy of alchemy, right? You totally understand alchemy in the sense that like you have to tear things down in order for things to rebuild, right? The energy of decomposition, the energy of like recomposition, of nature turning over, and all you're doing is speeding up that process and not allowing yourself to get ran over by it. You're like the destroyer, from the sense that people are like, how is it so possible? And you're like, just trust me, I'm a shaman, straight up. Confirmation on my email there. I guess that was a reminder, and my reminder is choose yourself. So someone needs to hear that. Choose yourself. Choose your own internal wisdom. Choose your own talents. Choose your own gifts. Choose your own healing. Choose your own heart. Choose your own body. Choose your own diamond heart. Did I say that? Diamond. I see this diamond here. I'm like seeing that third eye here is opening for you. And like this beautiful transmutation of like dark energy that's leaving you like almost constantly these days. Constantly these days. So like if you did relate to that, you know, obviously take what resonates. If you did relate to that wolf in sheep's clothing thing, I think there's no reason that you need to be in sheep's clothing anymore. I feel like it's like you're a wolf in wolf's clothing, and you love the fact that you're a wolf, because like wolves, you're that big bad wolf, but you're not gonna huff and puff and blow anyone's house down. You're gonna literally huff and puff and like build new communities, and like these karmics are gonna be the ones huffing and puffing, and you're gonna be like, your huff and puff is like and they're like the more calm you get. Never mind, I don't want to spend any time on them. Your karmics, I mean. They're not worth it. You already destroyed them, so it's like, why would I even go back and like the Hierophant in your current position and the shaman, guys. This is like a spiritual leader of some kind. You're leading some kind of something. You have inner wisdom and gifts, and like not just gifts. I'm talking inner like existential wisdom that's coming through you. You have something to share here. Your heart is open to share it with the people who are here to listen. You know, the people who are here to receive your energy, your healing, your destruction, to like, they get it. They're like, yes, like riding for this cause. And they're like, it is safe. It is safe. You are safe. And like anyone who thought you weren't is unsafe. Like they're feeling unsafe inside themselves is what it is. And so they don't trust themselves to have like deep, lasting, meaningful friendships with ease, and because it's never really been easeful for them to have deep, lasting, meaningful friendships. And it's safe for you to love and to be loved, you know what I mean? And like that's something that you had to create by turning over these cycles and coming more into harmony and balance with the fact that like maybe the messaging that was coming through you the whole time didn't make you out of alignment with like with the world around you, but rather the world around you is just out of alignment with itself to so many like degrees, you know what I mean? Like the world around you is just is under the impression that it's just the world around you. Does it make sense? The world around you in the past was like, how can, like they've never seen anyone so loving and so healed, that they like kind of sit there and vilify you, and they don't feel safe for some reason. It's like, it's interesting. They wouldn't feel safe to give over entirely or something, because they wouldn't feel like they'd feel exposed, or they'd feel seen. You might yeah, so you see people before they want to be seen is what I just heard. Execute. Wow. I just heard like a fertile ground. You're on a fertile ground to create something here. You're on a fertile ground because of whatever the destruction was that took place here too. I'm just seeing like the tilling of the soil and like a regenerative farm, right? You gotta like mix up the soil and shit and then replant, you know what I mean? That hypnosis comes off here too from the existential or execute Pokemon card too for your inner child here too, by the way. If this is your first reading here, we pull Pokemon cards, 10-10 on the timer for your inner child. So your inner child has this ability to be hypnotizing, is what I'm getting. I'm seeing like several inner children here, like almost like you have many archetypes within you. You have like, you're like a character for whoever this is for. Often mistaken for eggs, when disturbed they quickly gather and attack in swarms. That's so funny. I'm also getting the energy of like red blood cells though too. They like gather and like heal. Like that's what you do. You like gather the troops just to like go create more healing. And then the people who are so attached to their own stories and stuff see it as destruction. That's what it is. So, not much you can do there. They're learning how to surrender. Okay, 11-11 on the timer. And then also they're learning the true meaning of abundance, and that surrendering into abundance and realizing that abundance is already here. It's about aligning with the frequency of it over and over and over. Breathing into it. Getting another energy here too. Charmander's coming through here now. So that little ember, that little flame, okay, that Pokemon card for your inner child, that little flame here. Obviously you prefer hot places, and if you get caught in the rain, the steam is said to spout from the tip of its tail. Yeah, so you're kind of like this little, your Charizard in the making, literally. Your Charizard in the making, that's who Charmander is. He becomes Charizard. And you're in the making, and you got that little, that big flame, that huge flame. Holy shit, 12-12 on the timer. However, like, I think that the flame that is fostering, that I'm seeing here right now, is going to continue to grow, right? And it's going to become this wildfire I'm seeing that, like, just spreads throughout and becomes a very, very beautiful domino effect that only creates more harmony and peace and, like, definitely healing here in the world. And I'm feeling like you are a healer for whoever this message is for. And that's why you understand the energy of destruction and being the archetype of the destroyer, and why it's so important. And the people around you in the past or whatever, like, couldn't quite understand why it had to happen until maybe possibly very recently, or maybe like right this moment. I don't know, you know, or maybe they're still learning. Maybe they'll be learning for this, you know, the next few lifetimes. That's not up to you. All you can do is keep being you. Boo boo. Alright guys, thanks so much for being here for another reading. I look forward to seeing you in another one very soon. Take care.